Shock of the news that the actor Philip Seymour Hoffman had been found dead with a needle in his arm has hardly abated. There's been universal agreement he was an outstanding performer and some great surprise at the circumstances of his death. Well, I'm going to talk about drugs and addiction and creativity shortly with Will Self. First, though, Richard Curtis, who worked with Hoffman on his film The Boat That Rocked, remembers the actor's work.
Philip Seymour Hoffman was a wonderful and mysterious and complex man who gave an astonishing range of performances in his 60 or so films. He had that talent that the great actors do of extending your understanding and sympathy for human beings. It's no coincidence that one of his great stage performances was in Death of a Salesman, the key line of which is attention must be paid. And Philip's performances made us pay attention to strange or lonely, uncool, unusual men. There's a very telling and strangely apt line in his wonderful performance in Almost Famous.
I'm glad you were home.
I'm always home. I'm uncool.
Me too.
You're doing great. You know, the only true currency in this bankrupt world is what you share with someone else when you're uncool.
Philip revealed so many uncool people so often, so beautifully. It seems to me that he made almost no mistakes in his extraordinary career. I remember all of us sitting around when we were working on The Boat That Rocked and asking him were there any films he wasn't quite sure of, and he said, oh, maybe Twister. And a howl of fury went up from everyone saying, no, you were fantastic in Twister. Twister was fantastic, and it's true. Even in that effects-driven Hollywood commercial film, there was something extraordinary about what Phil did. He was good at everything. He was very good at being bad. He was a great stage Iago. And, well, this is a glimpse of him as someone who wants to kill Tom Cruise, which is bad, I suppose.
What are you saying? That wasn't it? What I gave you?
I'm going to count to 10. You're going to tell me where the rabbit's foot is, or she dies.
And he was exceptionally fine at portraying goodness or sweetness, like he did in the film, beautiful film, Jack Goes Boating, that he himself directed.
Maybe a little goodnight kiss?
Maybe.
You know, nothing overwhelming.
Okay.
I don't think there is any doubt or argument that he was, and how terrible that that verb is in the past now, the greatest character actor of our time. I remember the first part I ever fell in love with him in was the talented Mr. Ripley. Extraordinary rhythms like you'd never seen someone do before.
Are you living here?
No, I'm staying here for a few days. It's a new piano. Probably shouldn't.
And then his extraordinary and explosive performance in Charlie Wilson's War. He's almost unrecognizable from any other film that you'd seen him in.
I've advised and armed the Hellenic Army. I've neutralized champions of communism. I've spent the past 3 years learning Finnish, which should come in handy here in Virginia, and I'm never ever sick at sea. So I want to know why I'm not going to be your Helsinki station chief.
Your course.
Excuse me.
But Phil was also a proper leading man, as seen in his amazing performance as Truman Capote, for which he won an Oscar. He should have won 10.
I had lunch with Jimmy Baldwin the other day.
How is he?
He's lovely. He's a lovely man. And he told me the plot of his new book. And he said to me, but I just want to make sure it's not one of those problem novels. And I said, Jimmy, your novel's about a Negro homosexual who's in love with a Jew. Wouldn't you call that a problem?
All I can say is perhaps you should seek out 1 or even 5 of his extraordinary films, from Magnolia to The Master, from Punch Drunk Love to The Savages, and I'm sure that you will marvel at it, enjoy it, and by the end know a little bit more about what it means to be human, because that's what great actors do. And Phil Seymour Hoffman was such an actor.
Richard Curtis on Philip Seymour Hoffman. Joining us